glance told me she was perturbed and even peeved. Her eyes had a goggly look, and altogether she appeared considerably pipped. "Darling," I said, and attempted the good old embrace, but she sidestepped like a bantamweight. "Don't! What's the matter?" "Everything's the matter. Bertie, do you remember asking me before you left to make myself pleasant to your uncle?" "Yes." The idea being, of course, that as at that time I was more or less dependent on Uncle Willoughby, I couldn't very well marry without his approval, and although I knew he wouldn't have any objection to Florence, having known her father since they were at Oxford together, I hadn't wanted to take any chances, so I told her to make an effort to fascinate the old boy. "You told me it would please him particularly if I asked him to read to me from his history of the family." Wasn't he pleased? He was delighted. He only finished writing the thing yesterday afternoon. He read me nearly all of it last night. I've never had such a shock in my life. The book is an outrage. Oh, dash it all, the family wasn't so bad as all that. It isn't a history of the family at all. Your uncle has written his reminiscences. He calls them recollections of a long life. I began to understand. As I say, Uncle Willoughby had been somewhat on the Tabasco side as a young man. It began to look as if he might have turned out something pretty fruity if he'd started recollecting his long life. The moment we began, he plunged straight into a most scandalous story of how he and my father were thrown out of a music hall in 1887. Why? I decline to tell you why. It must have been something pretty bad. It took a lot to make them chuck people out of music halls in 1887.